There he go. Oh, oh. So, I did hear the album or the project. Sorry, the project. What's all the way through? I kind of wanted it to feel like a listener who listens to it for the first time. Mm-hmm. Like I wanted to get those reactions or my initial thoughts. I do want to ask, like, how did it, I guess the project, how did that sort of, this whole come about? State your name, state the album title, state all of that stuff, and how long have you been working on it?
Okay, state your name, gangster. For all those who don't know, my name is Sanon. It's Jason. It's not Jason. It's not Sanon. It's Sanon, not Sanon. Yeah, I am from a place called Miami, Florida, and basically what inspired the album. So I had the concept for this album, like I want to say maybe in 2014 or whatnot. It's supposed to be like my third album because I had like all my albums like planned or whatever, and God was like, ha ha ha, like no, it's not happening like that. So,
as per usual.
as per usual, as the rest of things in my life. So inspiration, I had the concept. Like the concept of the album was supposed to be like, just be in a relationship, like the highs and lows of being in a relationship. And then I put out a song like in 2017 called like Infatuation or whatnot. And it got like a huge response or whatnot. So I just thought like, hey, like, why don't I make a project, since it's got like a huge response, man, why don't I give like the backstory to what led up to this song, kind of, right? So, yeah, so the project basically in a nutshell is basically about, how we're like in search of love or whatnot, and we search like most of the times we search for love in like romantic relationships, and like the tagline for the entire album is that we can never correctly love until we've been correctly loved by God. I would just add that you have to, like, even in the intro to the album, like what you will hear, like you have to give him access, and for a while it's like I didn't give him access, even all while still being a Christian,
Right.
Yeah, so it's like until we crushed and we get distraught,
Right.
And ultimately God is love, and love comes from God, and until we surrender to God's love, we'll never be satisfied. So that's the project in a nutshell.
Amen. I'm slaying on the floor right here.
Slaying in the spirit.
But that's cool. Matters of the Heart.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, fine. You guys, I'm just if y'all ever met me, I'm a little crazy.
It's crazy how many of us have baggage.
Okay, and this first song is called the Heart Monologue.
Heart Monologue.
Yeah.
Is that how many of us are trying
let me restart this. Heart Monologue.
It's crazy how many of us have baggage.
Wait, hold up. Sorry. It is crazy how many of us have baggage. So this is called Heart Monologue. And all right, let's get into it.
It's crazy how many of us have baggage. What's even crazier is that how many of us are trying to be connected to someone else, knowing that we have issues. God is not looking for perfection. God is looking for wholeness. In order for us to love correctly, we have to be whole. You will not be able to love someone correctly if you're not whole. You will not be able to love correctly until you have been correctly loved by God. You have to give him access. You have to give him permission. Are you willing to open up yourself to reveal to God how desperately you are in need of him? Because the reason why many of us are not strong enough in love is because we haven't been weak enough with love to ask love as a noun to help us function in love as a verb. In order for you to do love, you have to know love. And we're talking about love who is God. So that when it's time for us to love someone else, we will be able to grow into a place where we can love correctly.
That was so freaking dope. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jay and I are friends outside of music. But I will not be biased in this interview. I'm sure Jay knows that. I'm sure Jay could tell you I don't really, hold my tongue. I say what's on my mind. But that was so freaking good.
That's one of my mentors. His name is Joshua Ezzy. He's from North Carolina. He's like a preacher who I discovered I want to say 2017. I stumbled across his messages and stuff like that. And funny round circle, the song Infatuation was actually inspired by some of his sermons. Oh, wow. And then he actually did a little sermon piece on the song. So I'm like, okay, since the album is inspired by the song, so I'm like, why don't you narrate the whole album? So that's basically him. And it's how a movie, ever seen a movie where it starts off at the end? Yeah. And the whole movie, the rest of the movie is leading up to that end. Right. That's basically what that was. It's basically telling you what the album is about, and then the story begins. So I love that.
That was a great intro. And that was his words, right?
Yeah, that was his. I didn't write anything. That's so dope. All Holy Spirit.
That was so freaking cool. I loved it. Next track, title?
This song is called No Doubt, featuring the great Noelle Rose.
All right.
Now if you've been in love, put your hand to the sky. Reach for the sun, wave them from side to side. And wave one time, wave one time, wave one time, wave one time. Now if you ever been in love and the one that made you cry was the same one they said they'd be by your side. Wave one time, wave one time, wave one time, wave one time.
Ain't no doubt about it. Said it ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Said it ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt, no.
Now is it love or is it hate? Is it drug or is it drink? Cause if it was, I'm in disarray. I trail of broken hearts all up in my resume. Feel like a Psychiatric waters in my destiny. Cause I've been dreaming, I've been fiending a lot. I've been thirsting for your love, but been coming up dry. I've been trying to patch your wounds that you hurt from inside. And I be yearning for affection, but you push me aside. Cause who else gon' keep it real with you? I know they tore apart your castle, but let me be the one to build with you. I be the jack to your chill, climb the hill with you. And when them storms of life come, girl, I'm still with you. Cause all them fellas from your past got you pessimistic, asking questions about my love when you know there isn't. I bear my heart even though you might judge me. I still love you though you don't love me.
Ain't no doubt about it. Said it ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Said it ain't no doubt, no. Said it ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt, no.
She be my heavenly queen, straight from Liberty City. Bragged about me to your mama to let her know that you with me. We conversated on the phone till your minutes was empty. All that drowning in your thoughts had me coughing up pennies. Plus the times we was spending fantasizing about our wedding and the future we was setting. Tell me how I'm gon' forget it. Used to say I never live without you. Emailing love letters on the daily just to let you know I'm thinking about you. You send me pictures every time you get your hair done. Tell me your secrets, you was never scared to share none. A paradise every single time you hit my line. Cause every conversation guaranteed to make you mine. For eternity, I'm knowing most certainly all your old mistakes from your past ain't concerning me now. Stand out even when the room crowded. You're so astounding and girl, there's no doubt about it.
Ain't no doubt about it. Said it ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt, no. Ain't no doubt about it. Said it ain't no doubt, no. Said it ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt,
You were my first love, my very first love that stayed till we gray and we in the hearse. Love, my first love, my very first love. That call, leave a message just to hear your voice. Love, my first love, my very first love. That cried 1,000 tears when you called it quits. Love, my first love, my very first love. First love, yeah, first love,
Now if you've been in love, put your hands to the sky. Reach for the sun and wave 'em from side to side. And wave one time, wave one time, wave one time, wave one time. Now if you ever been in love and the one that made you cry was the same one they said they'd be by your side. Wave one time, wave one time, wave one time, wave one time.
That was No Doubt. Wait a minute.
Okay. So
What was your reaction?
I wasn't a fan of the hook. I don't have perfect pitch, but the melody to the hook sounded really dissonant against the actual key. And it sounds almost in a different key, but I can't tell. So I wasn't a fan of the hook. Maybe the melody I wasn't a fan of.
Okay.
But I love your rap voice. I really do. I really love, like, just even how you write. I really like it, how you bend words, because rhyming is so important to me, even if you have to bend the words. And I feel like I struggle with bending words because I don't think about it until, like, maybe after it's done. But when I just, like, whenever, like, I listen to your stuff, like, you do that sometimes, and I love it so much.
It's crazy. I don't even know if you listen to my stuff at all, because I don't never hear anything from you. Like,
you know what? I don't even. Who do I put on my story that are, like, really my friends?
V Rose.
Singing with her runs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that song is about my because the whole album, like, plays like a story. So the first song is about, like, my first love or whatnot, and it's actual real story, you know. So for the first verse is, like, you know, me trying to pursue her, but she was like, no, you're too good to be true. Like, she dealt with a lot of, like, bad guys in front of me, like, before me, I mean. So it's like me trying to, like, hey, you know, I know this in your past and stuff like that. So it's basically me trying to woo her, I guess. And the second verse is like, okay, she's my girl, we're together, and then we get to the next song, which is the breakup.
Why are we always trying to fix somebody or be fixed?
That's good.
I was thinking about it. Well, first of all, I was thinking about, you know, this whole project this morning when I was driving back home, because I took my sister to school today. But I thought about that. Like, why are we always trying to fix somebody or be fixed? And why are we always willing to settle? Like, why are we not thinking, like, future, long term? Like, why are they not worth the wait, you know? Because I feel like a lot of people push their ideologies or opinions about, like, relationships and, like, they push their, like, opinions and stuff like that. Like, oh, you're never gonna find the perfect man. But I don't think that people understand, like, I'm not trying to find the perfect man, like, to do everything and be everything and all this stuff. It's like, no, but I want somebody who's good to me, and I'm sure people want somebody who's good to them. So why not want the best for yourself?
Exactly.
But at the same time, you have to be the best too. And I think that, like you said, in this project, you literally have to be weak. Is that what you said? Something like be weak.
Oh, yeah.
Loved or something like that. How did you say it? It was really cool. It was nice.
Well, he said, I think you have to be, in order to be strong enough to love, you have to be weakened to love. Basically, you have to surrender, basically.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. And that was good.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, we should totally have standards, you know. But in order to set those standards, we have to meet those standards ourselves. Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of people that have high standards do not be meeting them standards. And I'm just like, yo, you know, y'all need to check yourself at the door, because
yeah.
But okay, so you said the next song is the breakup song. What is that titled?
Yes, this song does not exist without Bree. This song
Awesome.
absolutely does not exist without Sister B. I had been working on this song for like months. It's been through like 4 different hooks. I gave Bree like the general concept, and she came back like 2 weeks later with like everything, and I'm like, oh my god, like you're the freaking GOAT.
She is the GOAT. She is the GOAT.
Yeah, she totally is the GOAT. But yeah, I mean, this song is basically about the same person that No Doubt was. So that relationship that I was in, like my first love, it was a very like dysfunctional relationship. We would totally be on and off again. And the song is basically like one of those off moments where she broke up with me, and then like a week later, like she's with somebody else, you know? And the guy who she left me for, you know, it was like, he was like some preacher or like preacher to be or whatever. And
preacher to be?
Preacher to be, you're the son of a preacher. And he's like, oh, you know, that's I guess his dad was like the preacher of the pastor to be or whatever. He's like, hey, you know, it's my son, he's next in line, blah, 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 whatever. And, you know, women's intuition, you know, she felt something was off. So she researched his name and found out that dude was married. He had a marriage certificate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really
and it's not
doing that out here.
Yeah, preaching the word and everything. Everybody falling out, crying, speaking in tongues. And you got a whole wife. You know. So yeah, it's basically me, you know, processing through that whole situation, and then, you know, Bree is like kind of like speaking through my perspective or whatnot.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a tight song.
All right, titled
Somebody.
You've been back and forth and back and forth and back for more with me. You just hesitate and play these games and shift the blame to me. And I gave everything, and what do I have to show for it? Who am I to you? But another bullet you dodged. Am I? And I already know the answer, but it's after 10 p.m. And I know you won't ever answer, but you already know how I get. Is that all you know? So you don't even know what you want. Do you even know what you got? Do you even know that you don't even know what you want? But you were somebody. You were somebody.
Somebody else, now you changed up.
It hasn't been no week, and you were somebody.
What's the frequency like? Be like.
You were somebody. You were somebody.
Somebody.
And it's not me, but you were somebody.
Messing around with somebody. You be acting like you don't even know my name. They be acting brand new when you want me again. We been off and on, now we off it again. Used to be my right hand that would ride to the end, slide to the end. It'd been the one dividing the ends. In the future, probably riding the Benz. Why make amends when I see you smiling with him, holding hands, taking pictures? Then you lie to your friends like you ain't low down, aimed at me so foul, make me wanna go down the abyss. Heard you dodged the bullet, well I dodged the whole clip, and I won't slip, cause I know I got that full grip. I got a lot of baggage, so no wonder why you trip. Plus the man you left me for got a marriage certificate, dang, I wonder.
Do you even know that you don't even know what you want? But you were somebody. You were somebody.
Somebody else, now you changed up.
It hasn't been no week, and you were somebody.
What's the frequency like? Be like.
You were somebody. You were somebody.
Somebody.
And it's not me, but you were somebody.
Been messing around with somebody.
And I already know the answer, but it's after 10 p.m. And I know you won't ever answer, but you already know how I get. Is that all you know? So you don't even know what you want. Do you even know what you got? Do you even know that you don't even know what you want? But you were somebody. You're with somebody. It hasn't been a week, and you're with somebody. You're with somebody. You're with somebody. And it's not me, but you're with somebody.
That was brand new music by
Right, real talk.
the good folks at Sound LC.
These are the sounds. These are the sounds.
I actually produced that, so
That's so dope. I know.
yeah.
I'm not a fan of your rap singing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's because I feel like your rap voice is like so unique. And I feel like I love that like the most.
Right.
I think that's what like brings me or like attracts me to want to listen to you.
Right.
You know? And oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like it's so crazy how like rappers write or flow. And when you dodged a bullet, but I dodged the whole clip. Like I freaking love that line. Anyway. It's so dope. What is your writing process like?
It's different. I usually don't write. I take like kind of like the Jay-Z approach, because Jay, like, he'll listen to it over and over, and then he'll formulate a whole verse in his head.
Yes.
And then he'll say it, or sometimes I'll just go in the booth and like just line by line just say it, or I'll just do it the old-fashioned way and just write it out. You know. So I think there's only one song on this album where I actually wrote down the verse, but everything else was like the same process I just told you. So.
Do you replay the song, or is it you just replay the flow like in your head type of thing?
A little bit of both, you know?
Okay.
Because I'm big on lyrics and flow.
Me too.
Whatnot, because like you can flow but not be saying anything.
Real
but
talk.
I wanna like be able to do both, where it's like, dang, he said that dope, and the way he said that was dope too.
Yes.
You know, so that's two things I'm like very big on.
Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to Bree.
Yes, Bree did her thing. She did her thizzle.
Thug thizzle.
And so what's the next track?
Yeah, this is Insecurity Interlude. This is actually Bree's favorite track, I think she told me. Yeah. Yeah, so this is basically the part of the story where it's like, okay, I've been through all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. And because I've been through all this stuff, I have mad insecurities. So like, this is the part of like not being whole. So it's like, I'm with this person, but because I don't even think I'm worth being with this person, or this person is so beautiful or whatever. It's
right.
Like, I think like, dang, is she doing something? And this is something that all men think, but they're too afraid to say, you know?
Okay.
And that's the type of writer I want to be. It's like, okay, men, you know, we're in the back of our minds when we're with our girls, it's like, man, I really hope she doesn't leave me for somebody else. But we would never say that because that makes us look like a punk. Like, so instead,
that's
I'd be
hilarious.
Like,
that's so crazy.
So instead of just being honest with our significant other, we'd be like, yo, who's you with? You know what I mean? Who you was texting? Oh, you was laughing with that dude a little hard at the party. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
You feel me? Instead of just being honest.
You know what? And I listened to that and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So this is like, you know, the insecurities that, you know, all men really have.
I love the vulnerability coming from a man. Yeah. I mean, obviously, everybody's a fan of Drake and his vulnerability and stuff like that. But I feel like there are not enough of that. There's not enough of that.
It's funny that you mentioned that he was a huge inspiration. Well, I mean, that's my favorite rapper. I mean, him and Jay are like my two favorite rappers. So I get a lot of my stuff from them. So yeah, this is basically like I don't know, I guess a Drake moment, I guess.
Yeah. But, okay, so is that kind of like what you wanted?
As far as what?
In this project, like Drake influence?
No, not really. I mean, I didn't want to be like, yo, I'm gonna make a Drake album.
Right.
But it's like, I think it's because I'm so vulnerable or whatnot. Like I'm saying the things that men don't say, and I think Drake is the king of that.
Okay. Would you have conversations with about this? Or do you strictly put this stuff in music?
I'm both. I have to have conversations about this to keep my sanity. Yeah.
Because I know some people just do music and then they're like, don't talk to me about like stuff like that. You know,
those are the people who have meltdowns.
That's not true. I disagree because I feel like sometimes I don't want to talk about stuff. I like talking about feelings most of the time, except for my twin. And
yeah, but you're talking about it though, right?
That's true.
All right, so this is Insecurities Interlude.
Okay, cool.
Yo, I'm afraid my girl will leave me for another man. Cause I don't got a 6-pack or 100 grand. And I don't got the bread to pay the bills for her friends. And why she even stick around, I don't understand. Yo, I'm afraid my girl will leave me for another dude. Someone who college educated and who making moves. Someone who speak proper English and who wear a suit. And know he got a Benzo on them 22s. Yo, I'm afraid my girl will leave me for another guy. Because I dress super bummy, I ain't never fly. And she ashamed of me, I can see it in the eye, because I barely got the gas to even give a rise. Yo, I'm afraid my girl will leave me for another fellow. Cause my account's in the red and my kicks is yellow. Waking up with cold sweats all up in the pillow. Nightmares of her creeping like an armadillo. And yo, my friends say I'm tripping and they tell me I should chill. But that don't ever stop the insecurities I feel. And if she ever left, I wouldn't know how to deal. She told me that she loved me, I'm just praying that it's real.
It's crazy how many of us in our minds are worth nothing. How valuable are you? Do you love you? Do you like you?
Right.
So I want to know, like, because this is the song that every woman likes. This is every girl who I played it for, like, this is their favorite song. So what are your initial reactions? Because I want to know.
Well, you already know that I'm a fan of rap in general.
Yeah.
So saying something and rhyming is like obviously huge for me. So, but I think it was funny. Like some of it made me laugh because it's true. It is so true. I feel like, I don't know. Okay, so so this is side story. But when you said something like your shoes is yellow, you're meaning
my count's in the red and my kicks is yellow.
Yes,
yeah.
Right. Okay, you meaning like they're white but they're faded, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's so sad because I was always into kicks, and the dude didn't have to be cute. I was talking about it on Periscope earlier. I'm not a shallow person at all when it comes to like physical attributes.
Mm-hmm.
But like shoes is so important to me.
Right.
Or they used to be so important to me. So like when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, the high school me would have been like, hell no. Like you're right. like I can't roll with you. Like even if you were physically like not handsome, I would like give you a shot. But if your shoes was yellow, like that's the thing. Like it is super shallow. That part is so shallow. And I think about this dude who he rapped his face off. Like he was so good. I remember it was like in 8th grade, or maybe actually no. I think we were in 9th grade. I was in 9th grade and I think he was in 10th grade. And I used to hang out with like the Black people. So, and he was like, I think he was like Puerto Rican or like Hispanic of some sort. And he rapped his face off. He was so good. And I feel like he wasn't ugly, but like his shoes were raggedy always. And it was just like, and not saying that he never tried to shoot a shot at me, but in my mind, I was just like, I would never like give them a chance, right? Type of thing.
And that's the reason why, like, not to cut you off, is like,
no, go ahead.
We as men, it's like, because we think like especially when you're with a woman who you know is like, she's well kept, like she's pretty, like she has a future, like it brings out insecurity. So it's like, dang, like I don't have enough money like that, like I'm not stylish like that dude over there. Like we compare ourselves, so it's like we think we're not worthy enough to be with this person.
But do you guys ever think like if she wanted to leave me, she could, and she hasn't yet? So why am I tripping?
That in a perfect world, yes, but it's like when you're in your head, it's like, dang, yo, like I can't believe I got her. Especially when your friends is like, dang, bro, how'd you get her? She's bad. Like, this is like,
what you said about me? What you said about me?
You see the couples like, dang, how did he get her?
Right.
So that's how most men think. It's because like we think we have to have like this huge amount of money. We think we have to be like have like a 80 pack and like dress like, but like if you give a woman a love and affection,
seriously,
her right,
that's seriously what
security. Like she's gonna love you
for sure. That is seriously what I mean. For me, I can't speak for all the girls because I know that I know some of my friends or people that I know are about the physical. They're very shallow and stuff like that, and obviously that's a process in itself to like work on that and stuff like that. But yeah, if you treat me well, like all of that stuff can go. Like, it's not that important at the end of the day. Like, why are you gonna be with somebody who's like a 10 and he's treating you like crap?
Exactly.
But then I seen that dude that I was telling you about. Yeah. I seen him like, I feel like I seen him a couple years ago at a coffee shop. I don't think he recognized me, but I recognized him. And he was wearing some dope shoes. And I was just like,
he came up.
He really came up. And I was really, like, it just reminded me how shallow I was. Like, or that was, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was never, like, shallow physically, but, like, shoes was my thing. And I was just like, dang, that was so wrong of you. Like, wow.
Yeah. Insecurities, dude. Well, what is Periscope saying?
I don't even know. I haven't. Okay, sorry. Dang. There's a lot. Hold up.
We're just completely ignoring them.
I know, because I'm focused. I'm focused on my interviewee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it takes to be a good interviewer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bree said the storytelling. Neem said super smooth. Bree said yes. She said, preach. This was older. She said, oh, thanks, guys. I think when you were giving her the shout out, Neem said, love this song. Bree said, here comes my favorite song. It is my favorite. I love it. OMG, LOL. And I think that was the one that we just played.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so good. I think I liked it a lot because it's so real. And I really love the way you rap. I love your voice. I love the vulnerability, the real raw stuff, the thoughts that come into dudes' heads that they will never admit to you in real life. I love that. So I won't speak for all girls, but this is why I like that track.
Okay.
Next song is...
So this next song is called Fatal Attraction.
Ooh! Just kidding. I don't know. The dramatics, I have to.
Yo, hey sweet thing, Miss Petite thing. Saw you in that Publix break room, I had the peep game. Smile bright enough to like the whole sit day. I feel a vibe every single time you with me. Brown eyes, 5'2" with the straight hair. The way you killing all these women, it just ain't fair. You still running through my mind when you ain't there. I take my number, tell your man he could take care. Cause he don't love you like I love you, that's a known fact. The type of loving make you never wanna go back. And what's a primetime player to a throwback? And I don't know a lot of things, but I know that I'm way flyer than the next man. So no need to ever marvel on your ex, man. Nah, you send a text, he don't answer, he don't call, right? Well, come and holler at the kid, I make it alright. And alright. But you can't hide it. Write my number down, tell me, is you really sliding here? low, girl. Word. They don't understand what we do. Only feel free when it's me and you. Standing at your class when it's after school. Every afternoon, every after you. Cause truth be told, girl, you'll probably be the death of me. But I love the feeling how I feel when you're next to me. Holding hands while we riding down the highway. I feel the spirit, but I'd rather do it my way. She only love me cause Amanda show affection. So she hit my number whenever she feel neglected. Feel our souls tying whenever we be connected. Know I should be running and ducking for my protection. Plus all the homies tell me I should leave you alone. But this feeling that I'm feeling just way too strong. I'm way too gone. Off of the elixir, I'm mixed up. Fill my cup every single time that I'm with you.
You can only run away.
Hey, but you can't hide it. Write my number down, tell me is you really sliding? Hey. Tell me is you really sliding? Hey. Is you really sliding? Yeah, you already know, girl. It's me and you, but just keep it on the low, girl. Ow. Yeah. But you can't hide it. Write my number down, tell me is you really sliding? Yeah. Is you really sliding? Yeah. Hey, and you already know, girl. It's me and you, but just keep it on the low, girl. SDE click. Bad boy. Let me see you step to this. She mine now, Playboy. Ha!
And I had my heart broken by a woman named.
When a person awakens love before its time, they are embarking on a love prematurely. Every time a person sleeps with another person, that body is registering that person as the sole purpose for love.
Trying to level with myself isn't easy when I'm breaking down. It's okay to acknowledge what happened to you. Your hurting is important. Even though they acted like it wasn't or that you weren't, you are important. So treat yourself like you are. Sometimes we hurt ourselves more than the one who broke our hearts, wondering why.
Yeah.
That was dope. I love when I'm a fan of when songs when artists do switch ups in their songs, like at the end.
Right.
I love when Bree does that to our stuff. And that beat was like boom bap vibes.
Yeah.
I like
that
it.
It's very 90s, bad boy-esque.
For sure. That 90s kid Bree is a fan of. I'm just kidding. She's not a fan of that. But
no, she hates the
I know she hates boom bap. I'm not a huge fan of boom bap, but
it wasn't really to rap. It wasn't really boom. It was more like
it was the vibes for sure.
Yeah.
It wasn't. No, I'm not saying it was boom bap. I'm saying that was the vibes for sure. Though that kick was from the 90s.
Yeah, and that was the plan. It was kind of like my homage. Is it homage, like bad, like the whole bad boy era.
Yeah,
it's kind of like towards the end. I'm like, bad boy.
No, I liked it. I initially wasn't a fan of the hook.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, now that I listen to it again, it goes with the vibes. It literally, I feel like that's how boom bap music was, kind of like hooks like that and very, I don't know how to describe it, but like I said, I'm not a fan of boom bap, but I do listen to rappers that rap over boom bap beats when they're really good. So if you can pull me in, you better say something. You know what I mean? So it was really good. I liked it. I really did.
Appreciate you.
There was no bad things that I really had to say about that.
Yeah. So
you're singing, you're rap singing or something. Or whatever. I don't know what I don't know what she did. I liked it that time. I don't like the harmony. I wish you would have just left the harmony out.
Yeah, I mean,
it was correct, but I liked it that time. I don't know.
Yeah, this version is not like the final version that's actually submitted, so I changed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just to give it in context of the story, so this is the part of the story where like I said, like the beginning part is the good part and the ending part is the bad part. So this is a real life story of basically how like I was in a relationship with the person who was in a relationship, basically, right? So I work at this place. This is like way back. This is
Drama Central.
This is like in 2016, right? So I work at this supermarket called Publix, whatever, right? So basically like a grocery store. Whatever.
That's really big there in Florida, huh?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So basically walking in the break room or whatever, you'll hear like in the beginning of the next song. There's this girl, you know, seeing her, we start talking, whatever. She says she has a boyfriend, whatever. And I'm in a backslidden state, so I care nothing about Jesus at all at this point. So I just went for the kill, you know. And this whole song is basically
no moral J. There's no moral J right there.
Listen, that is my whole life. So the song like Fatal Attraction is basically like, you know, it's good, it's very summary. It's like, hey, you know, like the line's like, take my number, tell your man he could take care or whatever. So it's like,
that's cold. How cold? Ice cold.
Ice cold, yeah. And like towards the end, it's like when you hear the gunshot, it's like the line.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I took the line from like Infatuation. Like the first line is like, I had my heart broken by a woman named Kay, but like you hear the gunshot, then boom, it's like basically like me snapping back into reality.
By a woman named what?
A woman named Kay.
Oh, okay. So that was the girl's name?
Yeah. Well, her name was
initial. Don't tell her name. Don't say her name.
Yeah, I just wanted to be respectful, you feel me? So yeah,
that's
so
cool,
the guns.
Though.
Yeah.
And for those listening, it's not me.
No, it's not you. It's not you. So,
Bree said his storytelling is great. That ending was fire. It freaking was fire. I love that song a lot too. Neem said that X-Men bar was dope. Real talk. No need to marvel.
Somebody caught
like
it. Thank you.
Yesterday when I listened, I was like, really?
You know what sucks is like I be writing rhymes like nobody's gonna catch this. Like
I mean, how many people have you showed it to that didn't catch it? It doesn't take. I felt like that one was like out there. Like some are really there were some hidden gems, you know what I mean? But like that one was out there. I felt like.
Oh yeah, appreciate that.
That's good.
So yeah, man. So this next song is featuring the great Charlene Nash. It's called Tell Me.
I liked this song a lot. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah. It's the darkest song on the album.
Me and the minor stuff just get along.
Tell me, what's it really gonna be? What you wanted from me? Tell me, are you sticking around, leaving me out 'cause I'm on the ground? Tell me, oh, please, what's it gonna be? Tell me, tell me.
It all started from that Publix break room when you walked inside the door. Sat next to me, had conversations galore. Had a smile bright enough to probably light the whole store. You said your heart was sick, I was trying to be the cure. You said you had a man, he must be doing you wrong. 'Cause you barely hesitated when I slid you my phone. We was laughing and joking, passions evoking. Venomous tendencies end up clashing and choking. The peace that I once knew, 'cause now I want you. And now I'm stopping at nothing just to confront you. And camping outside your class just to get a taste. Feel like my problems went away, gripping on your waist. Total opposite, I was the lamb to the slaughter, totally letting sin take dominance. And word to Solomon, I ignored the God who was sovereign and fell down a pit that was bottomless. They tell me what your problem is. Only time you hit my phone is when you need something. That's the only time you hollering. And you don't really love me, you just love what you can get from me. But I love the feeling how I feel when you're next to me. Intoxication's how I'm numbing all the stress. It's the only benefit when you living by the flesh. And lying to myself is how I put my mind at ease. I'm a fiend before you walk out the door. Can you please tell me?
What's it really gonna be? What you wanted from me? Tell me, are you sticking around, leaving me out 'cause I'm on the ground?
Tell me,
oh, please, what's it gonna be? Tell me, tell me.
See, me I'm in love with this woman named Kay. She be running through my mind each and every single day. When I see her out in public, I just wanna walk away. But deep down in my heart, I still wanna be a slave. Tragic. See, all I do is get back up and fall again. And every time I press ignore, she call again. Pick the phone up, now I'm back up in the pen. The things I've thrown up, I come back to it again. They tell me how I'm supposed to win when I know the truth and everything I'm supposed to do, but I just do the opposite. This thing got me sick to my stomach. I try to rise above it, but I can't hide the fact that I love it. Regret the day I even started working in this Publix. My whole life ruined from the things I was pursuing. But shifting the blame, just staying cool, cause the easiest thing for me to do is blame you, huh? Yo, when it was me that started off that first conversation, that led me to the drug that put me under the sedation. Knew you had a man, but I pursued you anyway, knowing if he found out, he probably put me in the grave. And what I thought was brave was really truly idiotic. A straight fool that was twisted off the hypnotic, and years later still paying for the sins that I was basking, while Jesus was always asking, tell me
what's it really gonna be? What you wanted from me? Tell me, are you sticking around or leaving me right now? Tell me, oh please, what's it gonna be? Tell me, tell me.
Ask yourself, did you honestly think that this would have ended differently? After all that was said and done, you let him.
That was so freaking dope.
Yeah.
What
What are your thoughts?
No, I love Charlene. I love Charlene's voice. It is so unique.
She's amazing.
I love her melodic choices in her ad-libs. And it was such a good song. I love when you said passions evoking or something like that.
Yeah.
I enjoy when rappers use words that are not normally used. I enjoy vocabulary, period. Right. So I think that's one of the reasons why I really like Eminem, is because he's using words that are not highly
used.
Yeah, by rappers. You don't want to hear the same thing over and over, but if you could say a different word that means the same thing, that's different. That's triggering my ear. That is attracting me to listen to more of your stuff. So when you said that, I loved it. Very R&B. I liked it a lot. R&B is like my heart.
Yeah,
so,
we love them.
It was nice. I liked it a lot, and I like how you flipped it at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yes, to Jesus asking you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
yes,
you caught that.
I love that. Any commentary? Any?
Yeah. So this is yeah. So that's like the darkest song out. This is basically coming to the realization that I suck, and I'm literally bit. It's kind of like I this song is basically like like the prodigal son, like he came to himself. Like when he realized he was like, I'm literally about to eat like these pig pods. I'm like, oh snap! Like what the heck have I been doing?
Yeah.
So it's basically coming to the realization. It's like, dang, like I'm really in this relationship with this girl, and she doesn't care absolutely anything about me.
Yeah.
She's only using me for
the
emotion. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So she's only using me for the emotions that she doesn't get from her boyfriend or whatever. And so it's like, I think I'm the one thinking like, I got this dude's girl. But at the same time, it's like, no, like, fool, like she has you, like she's using you, whatever. But at the same time, like I'm allowing her to do this stuff.
Exactly.
Like, nobody's putting a trigger to my head, and it's
exactly.
Like, so like what I used to do is I used to play victim, like, man, it's your fault, But at the same time, it's like, no, it was me that started off that first conversation.
Right.
That's like, I knew you had a man, but I pursued you anyway, knowing if you found out, you probably put me in the graves. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm thinking like, because every rap song is like, I got your girl. Everything is your girl.
No.
At the same time, but it's
like, sweetheart.
No, genius. Like that's somebody's daughter.
Real talk.
So yeah, that's basically me. That makes like my repentance kind of come to the thing.
No, I was yelling at the song. Well, okay, first of all, Bree said, my twin screaming at the song with a bunch of crying emojis laughing. And then Neem said, Charlene killed this. Bree said, I love the flip from his perspective to Jesus. Oh my gosh, I didn't even do that. And then she agreed with Neems that Charlene killed it. And she said, yeah, she did. And then she said, Charlene knows her voice and style. She be killing it. That was good. Yeah. I don't know what she said that was good. I think with your commentary, Bree was which I agree. I was screaming at the thing because yes, you were like over here saying like she's calling me because I'm giving her what her man don't or something like that. And it's true. I've had a handful of friends that are getting used and abused by people because they're letting them, like, they're like, oh my gosh, she's calling me again, or she's calling me, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, you over here crying to me at 2 a.m. in the morning talking about you getting used and tired of it, but you letting them. You're answering the phone. You are still keeping in contact with these people. Like, what is... Exactly. I don't have, at this, baby girl, at this point, I don't have any type of, like, sympathy for you or even empathy. Like, you're doing this to yourself at this point. Like, if it's like 50 times the charm ain't coming. You know what I mean? Like, I think that people think, okay, maybe they'll change and stuff like that. And it's like, if it's been 3 years, I'm not saying that Jesus doesn't have the power to, like, impose his will and stuff in people's lives, but at the same time, like, if they ain't right for you, they ain't gonna be right for you. So, right, sweetheart.
Yeah, it's like, and that inspired like the whole flip at the end. Is like, man, this whole time Jesus was like, yo, just tell me what's going on, tell me what's wrong. Everything that you thought that she could fulfill you, I could fulfill you to the uttermost. You know?
Real talk.
You know, so yeah, that's telling me.
That was good.
And this next song features vocals from our host. You know,
me. Oh, that sample.
Yeah, that was you.
I know. You know what? I listened to it and I was like, I like that. And I was like, wait, I think that's my sample that he asked to use like forever ago.
Yeah. I always wanted to know. So you didn't remember that was you?
I did at the end, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him to verify. Like, I think that's my sample, but I wasn't like 100%. I was probably like 90% sure, but you know, I just wanted to verify.
So the sample that she's talking about, if people don't know, like, so BXK or BreeKay and Kasari, whatever they go by these days, wow. They had a project called the Dropbox Project.
Yeah, we had a project.
And I'm like, when I heard this song, I'm like, yo, I'm going to sample this smug. And I was joking. I put it on my Insta story. I'm like, yo, I might sample this stuff. Hopefully they clear it or whatever. But when I was like making the beat, and I'm like, dang, I'm trying to like figure out like what do I do with it, because I know like the drum pattern and stuff like that. I'm like, oh snap, like let me hop on this SoundCloud real quick. And I put it on there. I'm like, oh snap, this is the exact emotion that I was going for. So yeah, Kasari is featured on the album. So featuring Kasari, I guess. This is Heart of the Matter.
Hey. Just kidding. Okay, cool.
Matters of the heart. You don't want love, you just want companionship. Love is ugly, takes a lifetime to manage it, and only a couple seconds to damage it. Only by grace we can ever hope to manage it. You either whole or full of hoes, that's just the way it go. Ain't no relationship could ever satisfy your soul. Spent a lot of time lost on this weary road, but found direction when I tore down them caps of gold. I gave my heart to girls who really didn't deserve it, all because my view of self was truly worthless. Ignoring the fact that I was purchased and drunk off the venom that's provided by the serpent. See, it's hard to see clearer when it's cracks up in the mirror, and the person staring back at you ain't getting any nearer. Yeah, we share the same features, but there's clearly been a change, cause all I see is a slave that once used to be a king and traded in his crown for some whips and some change. Momentary comfort, only thing that vanity brings. Used to blame K for everything that went wrong, but now I see the parts I played in it all alone. I used you for fulfillment every time I felt alone, and bruise your heart in ways I probably never even know. I was the person that you cheated on your man with, after class flirting, laughing, even holding hands with. The seat over my head like some dandruff, and justified it all while giving birth to this cancer. I called it game, but it's really manipulation. Touching on your body, ignoring the stipulations. Got some nerve to ever call it temptation when I'm the one empowering of everything I'm facing. And to my first love, I'm praying that you listen. Sorry, our relationship was forced to a collision. You said you needed space, but I never gave the distance. The fear of losing you was something I couldn't live with. No doubt about it, our visions were surely clouded by the naivety of our hearts and soul. Late night speaking of union, we once thought we found it. Resentment and bitterness would start to grow, cause you was somebody, not me. Girl, that insecurity got me all crooked like a Nazi. Fatal attraction, tell me what happened to that person that I used to know. Lost in darkness, a living, breathing carcass was indeed my state. Fully aware of my mistakes, now I plead for grace. Lord, forgive me for the hearts that I've broken, and trying to find love even though your arms were open. Love is not a feeling or a tingling up your spine. It's a gift that we give when we come to the divine. It's only through Jesus we can ever hope to find the love and satisfaction that was made for our design. May this album be the catalyst to give you peace of mind. Healing for every scar, truth to every lie. Can't love correctly until you've been correctly loved by the God who sent his son from the sky above. He came down, now my vision been restored, cause in his right hands is pleasure forevermore. What's up? Matters of the heart.
That's why we have to make it our aim to make sure that we are connected to God. Because when we know who love is as a noun, we will know how to execute love as a verb. So many people are so far from God that they don't even know how to love. When you walk with love, you know how to love. Never allow yourself to be consumed with temporary moments of pleasure that lead to permanent consequences. Who are you soul tied to? Whether through sex or through infatuation.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wanted it to go halftime. I wanted it to do a switch up and for the drums to do halftime.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, it was cool. I liked it. I like the preaching again, spoken word. I don't know if it's considered a spoken word.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Bree said, oh wait, hold up. Neem said, I remember when Jay said he would sample it, LOL. Bree said, I love that girl's voice that did the spoken word parts. I did too.
Yeah.
And then Neem said, wow. Yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot.
Right.
I'm trying to think of a line that
Yes, it's a lot.
it was in the beginning that I really liked, but I forgot it right now.
You don't want love, you just want companionship?
No. Was it dandruff?
Oh,
did you bend that word?
The feet over my head like some dandruff and justified it all while giving birth to this cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there goes the word.
So that song is basically like the whole summation of the album in like one song. You know, just me realizing that, you know, hey, I've been doing this whole thing. The thing that I've been searching for, I've had this entire time. That's
right.
Love is God and love comes from God. So to search for love anywhere else would just be the counterfeit, you know?
The whole like correctly loving and, you know, or what is it? Loving correctly until you're correctly loved or something?
Can't love correctly until you've been correctly loved.
Yes, that sums it up right there. It's a beautiful line.
Yeah, so the last song, which is actually like a bonus song.
Ooh, Jay giving us the bonus treats.
So this is Boomerang 2, featuring my guy Clive Anthony and my guy Jay Parker. local artist from
Is
Florida.
it still a part of like this?
The story?
The heart, yeah.
Yeah, it still is, but it's like this is like kind of looking to the future. So now that I've got this revelation, I know how to properly like love a woman. You know, so this is like my future wife, whatever.
Dang.
So,
okay.
Yeah. That's the end.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Girl, I like the way you do your thing. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. I'll be by your side through the storm and rain. Coming back to you like a boomerang. I said, nah, girl, I like the way you do your thing. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. I'll be by your side through the storm and rain. Coming back to you like a boomerang.
Hey, there's my pretty young thing. Let my pretty love sing. Yeah, you know me, my tenderoni. I know you'll always be. Gave a ring, ain't no question of your faithfulness to me. And this love on a lot of rich you will forever be. Who could see it or predict it? God has witnessed me and you. Be together, you're my treasure, my endeavors to pursue. Loving you into the end, that and will always remain true. Power couple like the Carters, Jay and Vic, we on the move, And yeah, I love you to the moon and back, there's no doubt. And anyone that questions it, I'll let them know now. Baby, you know, just for you, I gotta show out. Yeah, I'll show out. Yeah, I'll show out.
Girl, I like the way you do your thing. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. I'll be by your side through the storm and rain. Coming back to you like a boomerang. I said, nah, girl, I like the way you do your thing. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. I'll be by your side through the storm and rain. Coming back to you like a boomerang.
You ain't my better half, you my equal whole. You shine brighter than a diamond, girl, I see you glow. The mother man try to holler, but you leave him alone. Cause they can take you out for dinner, but can't feed your soul. Ain't nowhere for me to go. Death to his part, girl, I love you unconditionally. Even when you acting out and steady causing misery. Ain't no rough patch in this life gon' get rid of me. Because I made a covenant to love you unconditionally. Furthest thing from perfect, but you're perfect for me. I love you like you love the church until my work is complete. They always ask how you got my last name like that. Cause when I leave, I'm guaranteed the boomerang right back, right back.
Girl, I like the way you do your thing. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. I'll be by your side through the storm and rain. Coming back to you like a boomerang. Girl, I like the way you do your thing. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. I'll be by your side through the storm and rain. Coming by you through you like a boomerang.
And not say none. Dude, if I had a freaking shoe, I would throw it at you right now. Actually, during that verse, I felt like throwing a shoe at you because that was so good. That was probably like my favorite verse out of the whole thing.
Really though?
You were like stunting and it was annoying in a good way.
You have anything in particular that you
they could take you out to dinner but they can't feed your soul.
Oh yeah,
that was a bomb. And then the last name, but you always come back like a boomerang. That was bomb. Those were the two main ones that I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember, but the whole that was really good. Why are you trying to? You think you rap and stuff, or?
I'll be rapping a little bit in my spare time. Yeah, so
I rap it from time to time.
Yeah, from time to time when I'm bored, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was and it's good because the guy who rapped first, like he's actually like married. So it's good I wanted to like have like a person who's actually in a marital covenant, you know, speaking. Cool. So cause like this is like part 2. In part 1, I was kind of like, girl, you're fine and stuff like this, and now this, that, and the third. But like this is like more of like a more mature approach, you know, because it's like even if you acting out and causing misery. Like I'm still gonna be here because I made a covenant. I made a commitment to love you. So
Right.
yeah, it just takes away the romanticization of love, I guess, and So yeah, that's matters of the heart, guys.
That was really good.
Yeah.
No,
What are your overall thoughts?
It was really good. It was very well thought out, very cohesive. I think that sometimes when people take the approach to do like a whole story, that they get lost or they divert into something and then come back. But I really liked how everything was pretty cohesive and told the whole story in each track. I liked the spoken word intros, mid-tros, outros, all of that. I think that you picked really good artists to feature. I think that, yeah, pretty much everybody went well with your project. They didn't, I don't feel like they took away. I think they added. I think the second song I probably was the only song that I really didn't like, wasn't there for, but everything else I really liked. I really enjoyed, and I would probably bump this in my car. And I think that's the problem with me, is that like I don't give enough stuff listens through the whole thing. So I'm just literally listening to the same every day, or like if I listen to anything. So I think this will be like one that I'll be bumping in the car.
I need some IG story love too.
For the next couple of weeks. I'm just kidding. Well, am I allowed to?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then that's fine.
You know.
But you need to send me individual ones.
I'll send you like the final version.
Okay, cool.
I'll send you the final
sneak
version.
Peek. I got that sneak peek, VIP pre. I don't know. It'll be out, what, May 17th?
May 17th.
That's a Friday. That means it's coming out midnight on Thursday. Well, I mean, technically it'd be Friday, but
yeah.
wait up. Technically, you know what is crazy? You know what's crazy is that most songs, for us, Cali people, it comes out at 9 o'clock on Thursday.
9 o'clock, yeah.
So technically we get it on Thursday.
Yeah, get that
and
early
everybody
access.
else that's on the East Coast, they're going to get it on raggedy midnight.
Oh my gosh. But, all in all, the overall message of the project is that, in order to properly love anybody, it could be a significant other, it could be your mom, your dog, your cat. You first have to be whole. In order to be whole, you have to accept and surrender to God's love.
For sure.
And that's the whole album in a nutshell. So yeah, man. May 17th, you might be listening or watching this after that. If so, that's cool. Then yeah, man, it's on all streaming platforms and all that stuff.
I'm excited.
And,
yeah.
So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Joshua Ezzy, who did the preaching. I want to thank my girl Abanine, who's like a good, dope spoken word artist who I used to work with at Publix, ironically. So I want to thank Sister B, who came in and saved the song. I want to thank great Charlene Nash. I want to thank Kasari for her sample and stuff. Shout out to Dream 86 who helped me out with the production, and yeah, shout out to the whole gang.
Get your freaking tags off. Get your shout outs off, Jay.
It's Sanon, not Sanon.
And I had my heart broken by a woman named